Hello, friends. Good morning. Every person in life will reach a junction wherein he has to take a decision of marriage. Of course, a time comes, where you require a company. But people, please think before entering any relationship, what you are going to get out of it. You should understand the actual meaning of a relationship before actually entering into a relationship called marriage. So it is not a thing, which has to be thought with the mind. Marriage is not a thing which has to be thought and decided with using your mind. It is something which is there to elevate you from your current state of mind. It is a juncture wherein you are ready to share love with the other individual who is entering your life. It cannot be a business transaction or a deal wherein you look at the financial aspects of it, social aspects of it, emotional aspects of it, and the security part of it, family part of it, and an identity. Don't seek identity from a marriage. You have to create your own identity. Just wanted to tell you a small story like what is the difference between actually a love and a marriage all about. See, there was a mental asylum, a place wherein all the people who are struggling from mental disorders were kept in. So, there was a minister who wanted to take a drive into this mental hospital, maybe a mental hospital. In this mental hospital, there are a lot of patients suffering from various issues, mental issues, emotional issues. So this man, the political man, walked inside the hospital. He saw a person who was crying continuously. He was just taking a photo out of his pocket and he was crying continuously. So this this political person saw him. Why he is crying? Whenever you go to a hospital, when political people enter an hospital, there are a lot of people who support him. Who tells the doctors come in and give the information about the patients and all. Similarly, he too inquired, what happened to him? Why he is crying like that? They told, sir, he has fallen in love with a girl, and now, because he is unable to get the love of that girl, he is in a deep trouble, and he is unable to forget that woman, and he is crying. And he does not take medicine on time, does not eat food on time. He has become like a mad person. So he told, okay, what can we do? Because, this person has chosen his life like that. He was so much dependent in a relationship. So just he moved forward. This politician moved forward and he saw another cell. They are kept in a cell because they are completely in a devastated mode. Their mental status is not as such very good. So he walked inside the in the hospital. He find one more person. He find one more person. He was actually what he was doing is he was actually beating his head to the walls of this hospital. Like suppose if it is a wall, was just hitting like this, continuously hitting his head, and blood was oozing out of his entire part, head region. So this time again he asked the same question: what happened? Why he is hitting his head into the wall, and why he is hitting his head into the prison doors? What is the problem with him? They told, sir, please don't ask this question because you feel very bad about it. What happened? What happened? Actually, he is a victim. He is a victim. He married the woman which the other person loved. The first person which you saw in the first prison, actually he married that girl, and see the state of his boy, this person. So this is a state, we actually do not know why to enter a marriage, whether to enter a marriage or not, whether we'll be able to get a good overwhelming feeling out of this marriage or not. We just enter the marriage without understanding the purpose of it. So what is happening actually in a marriage? Why it has become like a transaction? See, whenever you go and see a girl, whenever a girl sees a boy, the main problem which is happening is people are only interested in the attributes of the boy. Girl is interested in the attributes of a boy. Boy is interested in the attributes of a girl. They'll ask the attributes. What is the attributes? These attributes are financial attributes, qualification attributes, family background attributes, social attributes, and their prestige, their level, their position. These are the attributes of a person, of a boy. These are the attributes of a woman as well. So when you are actually going into a marriage, I'll ask you one question. Are you marrying the attributes of the girl, or you are marrying the girl itself? So most of the time, even to girls, I'm asking this question: are you marrying the attributes of the boy? Are you marrying the boy itself? Attributes are like job, his financial status, his properties, his outer aspects of life, his physical aspects of life, his family background, and his culture, all of things. But what is this? These are only the attributes. But the real nature is not this. The boy or a girl's real nature is not this. So, what should be actually the solution for this? You should be able to marry a boy with his real nature. That is called the emerging love. A girl should also marry a boy with his real nature. You get connected with the real nature because these attributes which I'm talking about, which were the basis of your forming a relationship, will not last forever. The beauty will not last forever. The financial capability of a person will not last forever. His properties may diminish. His financial condition may go down. His health condition may go down. But the thing which you want to see in a marriage, you should see in a marriage, is to connect with the inner nature of that girl or of that boy. This should be the basis of your connection. But now what has happened is this has become like a trade, and people are just entering into this trade. And when they are not satisfied with the conditions of the trade, they are just departing. When the conditions remain dissatisfied, when the conditions have a mismatch, and when these attributes fail at some point of time, what is happening is that, you are actually entering out of this marriage. So what has this marriage become like? In most of the communities you look at, they have just become one more business transaction, one more deal wherein you can earn a profit out of it. But this was not the purpose why God has created such a thing called marriage. It is an evolution of love. It is a combination of two bodies, and it's a union of becoming a one soul. So this was the reason for what marriage is. Living besides the family, living besides the culture, two people meet and they come into a communion, which we call as a unison. Marriage should be a unison. Otherwise, see, loving a woman, you can just love. You can be in love with a girl. A boy can be in love with girl. And a girl can be in love with the boy. Wherein you do not require any conditions. They can be in love and they can exchange their love for the years together. And this can give more happiness. Instead of entering into such a relationship which is binded by only attributes and a transaction. Just wanted to tell you one more small story. I think it will enlighten you to an extent. What will happen is, this was a case when Lord Shiva married Sati Devi. Sati Devi is the first form of Parvati. Before coming into the avatar of Parvati, she was a daughter of Daksha Prajapati. So what she wanted, this story narrates you a very interesting perspective which you have to take. The perspective is, when Sati married Lord Shiva, there was a day, a day came, when Daksha was quite disappointed with Lord Shiva, and he performed a yaga called Nirishwara Yaga. In the Nirishwara Yaga, he invited all the devatas, lords, he invited Brahma, Vishnu, everybody. But he did not invite Shiva because he was quite annoyed with Shiva because he didn't stand up when the Prajapati came into a kingdom, into his kingdom. So actually Shiva does not have to stand in front of anybody because he is the ruler, and he is one of the main elements of this universe. So he does not have to respect anybody. He is far away from respect. He is beyond respect and disrespect, both. So a situation came and he was completely disannoyed. He was annoyed with his son-in-law, that is Shiva, and he did not invite him. So one day what happened, when he performed this yaga, the people were going from the Kailasa to the Daksha's place. Okay, this is called the Draksharamam. Still it is there. In Draksharamam you can find where the Daksha Yagam went on, and the Prajapati has performed this Yagam. So Sati Devi tells that I'll go and attend this yaga which my father is performing. The Shiva instructs that don't go because we do not have any proper invitation to that, and we should not attend such events where we do not have a proper invitation. So she says that to go to my father's house, do I require any kind of invitation? Shiva understands that she has to be completely detached from this family circle. So after a long discussion with Parvati about Sati Devi, he tells that he gives a permission. He understands what is going to happen there. She is anyway going to meet her destination called annoyment. So still he agrees her to go and take this lesson of life. So instead of Shiva not allowing, Sati Devi goes and attends the function of Daksha. He was performing a yagam. So what happens there? He completely, when she enters, nobody talks to her. Even her mother does not talk. Prajapati does not talk to her. And what happens is, at one point of time, they start insulting Lord Shiva. And she was very much annoyed with that, and she forms a yoga agni in front of her, and out of it, she just self-immolates herself in front of his father and entire community. Thereafter, annoyed by this, Lord Shiva sends Veerabhadra, and Veerabhadra destroys the entire yaga. So this was what happened actually. And later on, what happened is that, the dead body of Sati Devi was took over by Lord Shiva. He just carries the dead body all over his body, and Vishnu comes and he cuts the parts of this one, the Sati Devi, and these parts were spread over all the area. So what he's trying to instruct us, he's just trying to instruct us, in order to fall in love, you need to cut the cords of the family. You need to cut the cords of the generation which you are carrying in. So what is this family law, family rule? This is all what we have. We have a trust towards our family. We have this loyalty towards our family, which binds us, which makes us to behave in a certain way. It also, our family binding, our family pattern, and even our family loyalty makes us to behave us in a way where we can get a benefit out of a situation. So if you want to experience real love, what we have to do is we have to cut this family loyalty. So Shiva explains here, see, you as a Sati, you still have this loyalty towards your father, mother, sister, and everybody. Until and unless this family loyalty is cut off from your cord, you will not be able to unite with me in this form. See, it is a very great lesson. It's a great lesson which has been taught by Sati Devi and Lord Parvati. So once her body get destroyed, so, and the parts of the entire Sati Devi was distributed all over India, and they later on become a Shakti Pitam. So with these Shakti Pitams, he wanted to instruct to people that strive for real love. Don't be attached to your family cords. If you are walking in the path of a marriage or a relationship, you must leave everything and get attached to one thing that is called a real divine love. This divine love will lead you to the path of elevation and nothing else. Love towards God and love towards your own partner, and seeing the relationship as a divine and sacred ones. What will happen is that you will enter into heavenly abode of God. This is what people has to seek in a relationship called marriage. Marriage is nothing but an elevation of oneself to the higher realms of life. Marriage is not a business deal, because you can stay with any woman who can provide you kind of a comfort. See, I'll tell you one thing, even as a sexual part, if you look at any boy or any person in this world cannot really satisfy the sexual needs and desires of a woman. But what a man can do is actually he can pass on that love which is superior to any other force on the earth. This love will bind, this love will connect with that another girl or a boy which you are marrying. It is not the attributes which will connect to you, but it is love that binds with the relationships. It is not the attributes which you can connect with a girl all about. They will last for some time and it will ever. It is not forever. So the basis of your relationship should be only love. This is the motto of making this video. And don't make the attributes of the girl or a boy as a basis of your relationship. Make love as the basis of your relationship. Spread love and enter into love so that you can reach the higher realms of life. This is what the need and the reason for this making the video. If you do not have the reason, if the base of your relationship is only a business deal, I don't think that the marriage will last forever, and neither you will be able to enjoy the relationship. So hope guys you will find love in your life, and celebrate life, enjoy life, cherish life. This life only comes once, so live it well. See you once again in my next video, and we'll be talking about such real life lessons, and we'll learn how to live the life and know how to have this better understanding of a life, and we'll live a holistic way of living this life. So connect with me once again. This is Umakant, your life coach and mentor. See you.